这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的听力水平在生活中是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
If you think the big picture is all that matters, the smallest mistake is already walking toward you. Long before people wrote the phrase "the devil is in the details" on office walls or whispered it in meeting rooms, it lived quietly in real life, passed from one tired hand to another. It was not born in a book. It was born in failure. In old European towns, stone buildings rose slowly. There were no shortcuts. Each block was cut by hand. Each measurement was guessed by eye and feel. Builders trusted experience more than numbers. When a new hall or bridge was planned, the master builder would speak for hours. He talked about strength, beauty, and balance. He spoke of the whole shape, the way light would fall, the way sound would travel. People listened and felt safe. The vision sounded solid. The problems came later. Always later. A beam that was just a finger too short. A corner that leaned a little more than it should. A stair that tired the legs because it rose too steep. None of these looked dangerous alone. But together, they made buildings age too fast. Cracks formed. Repairs never ended. People learned that a strong idea could still die from weak care. Craft workers began to share a quiet warning. Do not fear the big parts. Fear the small ones you think do not matter. In monasteries, silence ruled the day. Monks copied texts in rooms lit by thin daylight and candles that burned low. They believed words carried power. One line could guide a life. One page could shape belief. That made copying slow and careful. Or at least it was meant to. Some monks were young. Some were tired. Some wanted to finish early. A missing mark, a wrong letter, a skipped line could change meaning without anyone noticing. When mistakes were found years later, the damage was already done. Arguments grew over words that were never meant to be written that way. A dark joke spread among them. The devil sneaks in when you stop paying attention. He hides in the details. One story was told again and again, usually at night, when hands were sore and eyes burned. A monk named Elias was known for speed. He finished pages while others were still halfway through. He was praised for it. That praise fed him. One evening, close to midnight, Elias copied a rule about daily work. One small word was wrong. Just one. No one noticed. Months later, the rule caused tension. Some monks worked longer. Some rested more. Anger followed. Unity broke. When the source was traced back, it led to Elias's page. He said nothing. He only listened as the older monks spoke. One of them finally said, softly, The devil does not rush you. He waits for you to rush yourself. After that, Elias slowed down. He never became famous, but his pages were clean. The joke stayed. The lesson stayed longer. Time moved on. The phrase changed shape as it crossed languages. In German lands, people said God is in the details. It meant care showed respect. Precision showed love for the work. But when the phrase settled into English, it kept its warning tone. The devil is in the details. Not kind. Not gentle. Honest. When machines arrived, the phrase found a louder world. Factories filled cities with noise and smoke. Speed became pride. Output became king. Managers watched clocks and numbers. They trusted systems more than people. But machines taught the same old lesson in a harsher way. One loose screw could shake a whole line. One misread gauge could cause an accident. One ignored sound could mean failure by morning. In early American rail yards, engineers walked along tracks before dawn. They checked wheels, bolts, and valves. The public saw the engine. They admired its size and strength. They never looked at the small parts. There is a story about a new train meant to show progress. Investors were invited. Speeches were planned. The engine ran smoothly at first. Miles passed. Confidence grew. Then a valve failed. Not the engine. Not the wheels. A part so small most people could not name it. The train stopped far from any town. The day turned cold. Time dragged. The show was ruined. After that, a simple note appeared in the workshop. The devil is in the details. It was not decoration. It was memory. The phrase stayed because it kept proving itself right. It moved from factories to schools, from businesses to homes. A teacher sees it when a student almost passes. Almost. Missed work. Rushed reading. Half answers. The idea was there. The care was not. A shop owner feels it when customers stop coming. Not because prices were wrong, but because a door stuck, a light flickered, a smile was missing too often. A friendship feels strong until small delays turn into distance. Messages answered late. Promises softened. Nothing dramatic. Just enough. People like to believe that only big mistakes matter. It makes life feel simpler. But life is rarely broken by one loud moment. It is worn down quietly. That is why the phrase feels old and fresh at the same time. It speaks with the voice of experience, not fear. Paying attention is not exciting. Checking again is not heroic. Slowing down does not look smart in a fast world. But it saves more than speed ever has. Think about your own days. The thing that causes stress is often not huge. It is the small task pushed aside. The message not sent. The habit left unchecked. The devil does not scream. He whispers. He hides in the tiny space you plan to clean later. And when something finally breaks, you remember. Not the big dream. Not the bold plan. You remember the small thing you skipped. That is where he was waiting.
能以非母语者的身份专注学习到现在，这本身就是很棒的进步。真诚感谢你的观看。如果你觉得本期内容实用，点赞或留言让我知道你的想法，这对我持续创作非常重要。我们下期见。